A United States Disabled Veteran Guide. Chapter 1. Disabled Veteran Info 1. The Disabled American Veterans Organization. The Disabled American Veterans Organization has never wavered in our commitment to serve our nation's service-connected disabled veterans, their dependents, and survivors. In 88 offices throughout the United States and in Puerto Rico, the DAV employs a corps of approximately 260 National Service Officers, NSOs, who represent veterans and their families with claims for benefits from the Department of Veterans Affairs, VA, the Department of Defense and other government agencies. Veterans need not be DAV members to take advantage of this assistance, which is provided free of charge. Find a Disabled American Veteran Center websites at dav.org/find-your-local-office/disabled American veterans. Local offices. Get help at dav.org. dav.org/member-resources. dav.org/member-resources/quick-links. VA healthcare eligibility and enrollment. va.gov/health-care. Eligibility for most veterans' healthcare benefits is based solely on active military service in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, or Coast Guard, or Merchant Marines during WW2, and discharged under other than dishonorable conditions. Reservists and National Guard members who were called to active duty by a federal executive order may qualify for VA healthcare benefits. Returning service members, including reservists and National Guard members who served on active duty in a theater of combat operations, have special eligibility for hospital care, medical services, and nursing home care for 2 years following discharge from active duty. Healthcare eligibility is not just for those who served in combat. Other groups may be eligible for some health benefits. Veterans' healthcare is not just for service-connected injuries or medical conditions. Veterans' healthcare facilities are not just for men only. VA offers full-service healthcare to women veterans. Online veteran claim applications. The Department of Veterans Affairs, VA, accepts online applications from veterans, survivors, and other claimants filing initial applications for disability compensation, pension, education, vocational rehabilitation and employment benefits without the additional requirement to submit a signed paper copy of the application. va.gov/disability/how-to-file-claim. How to file a VA disability claim. va.gov/claim-or-appeal-status. Check your VA claim, decision review, or appeal status. va.gov/disability/file-disability-claim-form-21-526-EZ. File for disability benefits, Veterans Affairs. benefits.va.gov/compensation/apply.asp. How to apply, compensation, Veterans Affairs. Civilian Health and Medical Program of the Department of Veterans Affairs/CHAMPA. The Civilian Health and Medical Program of the Department of Veterans Affairs, CHAMPA, is a comprehensive healthcare program in which the VA shares the cost of covered healthcare services and supplies with eligible beneficiaries. The program is administered by Health Administration Center. The offices are in Denver, Colorado. CHAMPA benefits. va.gov/family-and-caregiver-benefits/health-and-disability/CHAMP-VA. CHAMPA benefits cover the cost of health care for the spouse, surviving spouse, or child of a veteran who has disabilities or who is deceased. CHAMPA benefits. va.gov/family-and-caregiver-benefits/health-and-disability/CHAMP-VA. Reporting changes for your 10-10D application, VA Form 10-7959C. va.gov/find-form/about-form-10-7959C. Use VA Form 10-7959C when you are applying for CHAMPA and need to declare changes as part of your VA Form 10-10D application. My Health Vet. myhealth.va.gov/mhv-portal-web/ss20190715-CHAMP-VA. Use My Health Vet to review, refill, and track CHAMPA. CHAMPA, VA/.eBenefits. ebenefits.va.gov/ebenefits/champ-VA dashboard. Social Security benefits for veterans. Military service members can receive expedited processing of disability claims from Social Security. Benefits available through Social Security are different than those from the Department of Veterans Affairs and require a separate application. The expedited process is used for military service members who become disabled while on active military service on or after October 1, 2001, regardless of where the disability occurs. ssa.gov/people/veterans. Wounded Warrior Project. The Wounded Warrior Project's policy program creates and pursues legislative and policy changes that will benefit severely wounded service members and disabled veterans of the current military conflicts. With advice and input from the wounded service members and families we serve, we develop policy and legislative proposals covering the range of problems they face. WoundedWarriorProject.org. Transition Assistance/TA and Disabled Transition Assistance Program/DTAP. VA encourages all separating service members to contact their respective family service centers/transition center to determine when the transition assistance briefings are scheduled for a particular site and attend. These briefings provide information which will help you make the transition to civilian life easier by ensuring you are aware of the many VA benefits available to you. Disabled Transition, DTAP, is an integral part of the transition program and concentrates on those service members being separated due to a disability incurred while on active duty. community.va.org/the-DTAP-the-disabled-transition-assistance-program. Transition Assistance Program. DODTAP.mil. Transition Assistance Program. dodtap.mil/dodtap/app/resources/FAQs. benefits.com/veterans-benefits/transition-assistance-program. 8 steps of the Transition Assistance Program. Concurrent Retirement and Disability Pay, CRDP. Qualified disabled military retirees get paid both their full military retirement pay and VA disability compensation. This law phases out, over 9 years, the VA disability offset, which means that military retirees with 20 or more years of service and a 50%, or higher, VA-rated disability will no longer have their military retirement pay reduced by the amount of their VA disability compensation. To be eligible: 1. Be a military retiree with 20 or more years of service, including Chapter 61 medical retirees with 20 years or more, or National Guard and Reserve with 20 or more good years, once they turn 60 and begin drawing a retirement check. 2. Have a service-related VA disability rating of 50% or higher. This program is run by the Department of Defense. It is not a VA program. If you are qualified for concurrent receipt, you should have automatically received an increase in your military retirement. Military Disability madeaz.com/concurrent-retirement-disability-pay-CRDP.html. Defense Finance Accounting Service, DFAS. dfas.mil/retired military/disability/CRDP. Concurrent Military Retired Pay and VA Disability Compensation. military.com/benefits/military-pay/concurrent-recurrent-pay-CRDP-overview.html. militarypay.defense.gov/pay/retirement/concurrent. military.com/benefits/veteran-benefits-additional-monetary-eligible-military-retirees.html. nwavit.org/va-benefits/understanding-the-concurrent-retirement-and-disability-pay-act. Pre-discharge program. The pre-discharge program is a joint Department of Veterans Affairs, VA, and Department of Defense, DoD, program that affords service members the opportunity to file claims for disability compensation up to 180 days prior to separation or retirement from active duty or full-time National Guard or Reserve duty. Benefits.va.gov/pre-discharge. Pre-discharge home, Veterans Affairs. vba.va.gov/pre-discharge/index.hdm. va.gov/disability/how-file/claim/win-to-file/pre-discharge-claim. va.gov/disability/how-file-claim/win-to-file/pre-discharge-claim. Aid in Attendance, ANA, and Housebound. Aid in Attendance, ANA, is a benefit paid in addition to monthly pension. This benefit may not be paid without eligibility to pension. A veteran may be eligible for ANA when the veteran requires the aid of another person in order to perform personal functions required in everyday living, such as bathing, feeding, dressing, attending to the wants of nature, adjusting prosthetic devices, or protecting himself/herself from the hazards of his/her daily environment. Or the veteran is bedridden, in that his/her disability or disabilities requires that he/she remain in bed apart from any prescribed course of convalescence or treatment. Or the veteran is a patient in a nursing home due to mental or physical incapacity. Or the veteran is blind, or so nearly blind as to have corrected visual acuity of 5/200 or less, in both eyes. Or concentric contraction of the visual field to 5 degrees or less. Housebound is paid in addition to monthly pension. Like ANA, housebound benefits may not be paid without eligibility to pension. A veteran may be eligible for housebound benefits when the veteran has a single permanent disability evaluated as 100% disabling and, due to such disability, he/she is permanently and substantially confined to his/her immediate premises, or the veteran has a single permanent disability evaluated as 100% disabling and another disability, or disabilities, evaluated as 60% or more disabling. veteransnavigator.org/article/12699/va-aid-and-attendance-or-housebound-benefits. mymilitarybenefits.com/benefits/aid-attendance-housebound-benefits. Veterans Affairs. va.gov/pension/aid-attendance-housebound. benefits.va.gov/pension/aid_attendance_housebound.asp. Operation Homefront. Operation Homefront provides emergency assistance and morale to our troops, to the families they leave behind and to wounded warriors when they return home. OperationHomefront.net. Service Members Group Life Insurance Traumatic Injury Protection Program /TSCLI. TSCLI was designed to provide severely injured service members who suffer a loss as a direct result of a traumatic injury with short-term monetary assistance to lessen the economic burden on them and their families, who often incur financial hardships because they relocate to be with the member during long and difficult treatment and rehabilitation periods. benefits.va.gov/insurance/tsgli.asp. va.gov/life-insurance/options-eligibility/tsgli. Life insurance for veterans. va.gov/life-insurance. For information about government life insurance, veterans may call the VA Insurance Center toll-free, 800-669-8477. Specialists are available between the hours of 8 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. ET, to discuss premium payments, insurance dividends, changes of address, policy loans, naming beneficiaries, and reporting the death of the insured or a beneficiary. If the policy number is unknown, send the veteran's VA file number, Social Security number, military serial number or military service branch and dates of service with date of birth to one of 2 VA insurance centers. For states east of the Mississippi River or for any policy which is being paid by a deduction from VA benefits, military retired pay or a checking account, send to Department of Veterans Affairs, Regional Office and Insurance Center, POB 8079, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania 19101. va.gov. For states west of the Mississippi River and the states of Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, and Mississippi, send to Department of Veterans Affairs, Regional Office and Insurance Center, Bishop Henry Whipple Building, Fort Snelling, St. Paul, Minnesota 55111, va.gov. Guide Dog Foundation for the Blind Veteran Dogs. Helping those who have served our country honorably to live with dignity and independence whether they are visually impaired or have other special needs, by using guide dogs, service dogs, and innovative technologies. America's Vet Dogs. VetDogs.org. Guidedog.org. U.S. Veteran Outpatient Prescriptions. VA will provide medications that are prescribed by VA providers in conjunction with VA medical care. Medications are prescribed from an approved list of medications called a formulary. VA will not simply fill or rewrite prescriptions prescribed by your private physician. Pharmacy Benefits Management Services. pbm.va.gov/pbm/cmop/va_mail_order_pharmacy.asp. myhealth.va.gov. Pharmacy Benefits Management Services. pbm.va.gov/nationalformulary.asp. va.gov/health-care/refill-track-prescriptions.